Today I'd like to show you, and the customer specifically, a update on a custom project that required a quick addition at the last minute due to particular gaming event's needs. The customer in question, had requested an extra row of boards. So very briefly, these boards are part of what I might describe as a monstrous set of over 30 boards, 2 by 2 in dimension, which are being used for World War II battle recreation in 20mm scale. The boards featured 2 sections for the city, so these are the end caps of 2 3-board rows, so a total of 6 boards, which featured a large riverway with a small sort of dock along the side with a little inlet cut. And when the customer got the board set and set them up, he realized that the 4-foot width that these boards provided for the 4x6 section for the city was not enough to place all the buildings that he wanted comfortably, which includes several large city structures, a large bridge, a variety of things. So he asked that if I could add one more board row to the set, which comprised of two boards that are completely bricked over, as well as one more board that matches the river as it was already existing. Now this highlights a couple different things. One is that, as I had mentioned in a previous video, custom projects are the kinds of things that sometimes aren't done in the first go. And so if you need an extra section made, you need something amended, you've got me there to work with you to continue to develop it, to get it to the piece where you feel you've reached your pinnacle of gaming. The other thing that was interesting about this is that this river, let's see here if I can describe this without getting too much into detail here. This river is a multi-layered surface. I've poured resin, I've applied a textured material over the top to give it some undulations, and then I resined over that again. One of the things that happened in the original board is that this section here ended up getting quite a bit of bubbles, and that really resulted from the technique that I used to apply the textured material with a stippled brush, and the brush captured air bubbles within the fibers, and then the bubbles got trapped in the material. When the customer received this, he not only wanted the second section, but he really asked me if I could repair this section of the board so that it would look its best. And as I've always said on the site and in a couple videos, your satisfaction is the primary concern. And so I was very happy to do those repairs at no cost, because if you're not 100% satisfied, neither am I. So what I did is I stripped the material off and then reapplied it, and then did the second board. Now, one of the things I noticed after I did those 2 boards is that they didn't match the third board, which was the original board here, in the water surface. One of the reasons why is that in an effort to try to do less bubbling in the surface, and I really got a pretty good feel for it now. I don't know how well this will show up, but you can see the ripples and the texture, I think, there, but it's very, very bubble free. I ended up doing a slightly lower texture amount. I used a new technique to apply it, and that meant that this surface actually had undulations that were quite a bit more raised than the other 2. One of the other things I noticed is that the textured material underneath actually, I'm not sure, but I think had constricted a little bit over time, and it caused a bit of a pucker in the surface of the top coat of the resin, which made it look a little bit wrinkly. It wasn't completely unbelievable for a water surface, but was definitely not the effect I was hoping for. And having it get sent back to me allowed me to see how it had aged. It had been I think maybe a month or so since I had finished it, and it sort of gave me some new information about water techniques that I need to consider in the future. So what I did then is I recoated this surface with resin as well, which reduced the height of those undulations, skimmed over the wrinkled surface, and I'm hoping will produce a durable finish, and it matches really, really much more closely with these 2 end cap boards. So overall, I think it was a big success, and I was happy to get another chance to go at it. And like I said, I think of all the techniques, aside from getting right angles in windows and buildings, which is something I need to work on, water effects are really, really challenging. And so this has been a pretty interesting project to work on, to really push me into some new areas and to teach me some new things about those water techniques. I do just want to mention though that there was a little imperfection here when, let's see if I can get that in the light, there we go. There was a little tear in the foam, and when I repainted it didn't quite match. So, whew, man, it's hard to get everything perfect, but overall, I think that little tiny spot is very minuscule compared to the overall impact that this river is going to have for the gaming session that it has coming up. So I just wanted to give you, the viewers, a chance to sort of get into how TerranScapes works with custom projects, some of the challenges, some of the limitations, some of the bonuses that come with that. And if you're always interested in seeing other custom projects that TerranScapes has done in the past, you can always go to TerranScapes.com to see those custom projects. And you can also see close-up photos of this set. Although I'm not going to do a photograph of this board, as it's not really much more unique than the previous photos. As the has the same brick texture, matched up really well color-wise. But if you want to see close-ups of these photos, you can go to TerranScapes.com, and you can see those as well as other custom projects that have been completed to date. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.